my friends, it is the one and only the Listen About Me, Navah, and it is still Black History Month. Of course, the last time I did cartoons, now we're going to do movies. The first, and of course, well, not before I say the first, not rush, but there's a lot of movies that have been so important to the Black community. Also, just the fact of it talks about a lot of real topics, but it's also still entertaining, and that is usually not the case because you don't want to be too preachy, you don't want to be straight up satire and making people look like fools. But these movies work a little balance, in my opinion. Keyword, my opinion.
That's my opinion! Don't you get it? Why can't anybody have an opinion but you?
Thanks. So the first movie we'll get into is, we're gonna throw it back a little bit, is School Days, of course, by Spike. I say School Days because it talks about the topics of colorism, also hazing, when, you know, and not saying nothing else. Also, just the life of a college student at an HBCU. A lot of students can watch it and still be very relatable. He kind of also makes fun of the administration about how they act when it is homecoming. And I wouldn't say it's accurate, I wouldn't say it's not, I'm just gonna say, it's a description. But I think the movie is pretty well thought out. The second movie I would say is Coming to America. Now, why I say Coming to America, I feel like it's just a really funny movie, but also if you look at it from a very critical standpoint, it also shows how Africans think of Americans and how Americans think of Africans, which you'll see a lot of the stereotypes being portrayed and thrown off as jokes, but really, like, you realize, like, people actually thought like this and they thought this was okay. But also too, it deals a lot with Eddie Murphy as he plays a prince. He has to find a woman that is of stature and all of these other things, when really he has to choose whether does he want his reputation or does he want actual love. And it comes down to the point, it's like, you know, you can have someone that has it all, but if you don't connect with them, what's the point? And of course, in the end, if you have seen it, he chooses someone that he loves, and it may not be someone that their parents may love, but in the end, he knows that that's what he really wants. And I think that's a really great question we ask ourselves when we become adults. Do we continue to let our parents take over our lives and make important decisions like who we love, how we live our lives, in other aspects? Do we let them choose those things, or do we follow our own gut? And that was definitely a hard part for him. The next movie is Moonlight. I chose Moonlight because even though it shows the truth of the school to prison pipeline, mass incarceration, death, drugs, and how it's a nasty cycle within the community, it also shows a love story, a beautiful love story between two Black men. And it's not something you see every day on TV, or just, well, how I say this, it's not something you see in a movie portrayed in that manner. There was a lot of comments, reviews, opinions that were very shocked and disturbed by it, but I think that it's something that allowed Black men to be like, you can be vulnerable, you don't have to be, a homosexual to be vulnerable. I think it just it humanized the Black man as a whole, in my opinion. But that's only from snippets that I've seen, and also just hearing how it sounds. But the thing is, though, look, like I said, my opinion.
That's my opinion!
The next movie is Get Out. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Wait a minute. They try to steal his organs? They try to cut him? Look. They do that in real life. They do that in real, actual life. Try to cut up our bodies, take our things. Oh, we run fast. They want to take that with us too. Honestly, it really shows that if they could take our whole body and put their own selves inside of it, they probably would. Really, when watching it, it showed how valuable we are to other people and how we're seen. Even though that we're dehumanized and degraded daily, that we're also praised in the same breath. Jordan Peele came into the whole idea of horror films and changed it and put it on its head at that time. It wasn't about the black people dying first, as we always joke, but it was more so just like, let's take a real actual topic or actual thing that affected our community and make it scary. Because it is scary. It should make you think, it should make you feel frightened, but also it should really inform you really on how valuable you are. The last movie, of course, I had to put this on here, Black Panther. I don't think people realize the influence or the impact that it had when it came out. To see a hero being portrayed at this level, I saw so many little boys, they didn't want to be Spider-Man, they didn't want to be Superman, they wanted to be Black Panther. Saw little girls, they didn't want to be Wonder Woman, they didn't want to be all the other BS, they wanted to be Shuri. And I think the movie just was a great representation. Yes, even though it's not true, but it also questioned what the world would be like if we didn't always share our resources with everyone. And when I say our, I mean, what would the country or the continent of Africa or that specific country that they were portraying would be like if, you know, was not taken over by other countries or other things. It was just, how would it be? How far progressed would it be? And in the movie, they were very, very advanced, more than Americans. And it's because they didn't share their resources. They kept all the resources to themselves. And, you know, in a way, it wasn't that it's selfish, but it was also a debate of how far is too far when sharing your resources, to the point where now you have people using them against you. So that was a whole debate as just, you know, dealing with international things and people dealing with other countries. And it was also just cool to see the interaction between T'Challa and Killmonger, because you see, oh, this is an African American male, but this is an African, like, you know, he's actually African as he portrayed in the movie. And you see that those two communities clash because of the disconnect due to history and due to enslavement. But it really shows that Killmonger was not a bad person. It's just that he had a lot of misplaced anger. And when you realize that he can't really be a horrible person, yes, he's a villain, but it's deeper than that. It always is. But no, my friends, that's all the movies I have off the top of my head, all that I have. The last series, the last video of this series will be TV shows and sitcoms. That's the same thing. Wow. That's the same thing. But no, it will be sitcoms or TV shows, whatever you want to call it. But I hope that you are enjoying this Black History Month. I hope that you are learning as much as you can and realizing that even the most entertaining things can be the most educational things. Don't ever forget that. And stay flourishing, my friends.